Love is the heartbeat of parenting. I have always thought that. I've always thought that we just need to love our children. It really is not that difficult. And with love, we need to hear them and we need to validate them. And hearing and validating does not mean that we agree with what they're doing or will let them do whatever they want or agree with what they're saying. It means that we're holding space and acknowledging that, yeah, it's tough. Their decision or their choice they made has put them in a pretty tight spot. And we understand that this is going to be really hard. And then we give it back to them because that's love. We're not trying to control them. We're letting them know, what are you going to do with your situation now? And we help them if they need the help. Otherwise, we just love and hold space for them to figure it out on their own. But the way we express that love shapes everything. When we love to control, we create fear. When we love to hold, we create trust. Loving your child isn't about making them who you want them to be. It's about holding space for who they already are. This is really tough for some parents, especially if we get a child who has more energy, so might have some ADHD or some other aspect that's not like quiet or maybe normal, or does really well in school. Maybe they struggle more. So this can always be a little bit tougher because we want to hold space for who they are and love them and let them know the positive things, so just their base personality. So in this final episode, we'll explore what it means to parent from holding, not controlling, to guide with boundaries rooted in respect, and to let love become the atmosphere your child grows in. Welcome to the last episode in the area of emotional safety on parenting, creating a safe space to feel love that holds, not controls. So the difference between holding and controlling. Control is rooted in fear. If I don't keep them in line, something will go wrong. Holding is rooted in trust. I guide them while allowing them to be themselves. Control tries to manage outcomes, and holding tends to emotions, values, and connection. When we control, we react to behavior. When we hold, we respond to the heart underneath it. Here's an example. Control says, stop crying, you're fine. Holding says, this is hard for you right now. I'm here. We're not fixing, right? That's not our job to fix everything. It's to hold space for them and help them figure it out for themselves. And of course, we do help along the way, depending on how young they are and what happened, but we hold. So control says, because I said so, and holding said, here's why this boundary matters. Love that holds doesn't mean permissive. It means present. It leads with empathy and teaches through relationships. Boundaries as love, not power. Many parents struggle to balance warmth and structure, but children, they really do need both. Boundaries aren't barriers, they're safety lines. When boundaries are enforced with control, they create fear. When enforced with love, they create security. It sounds like it's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to hit. You can be upset and I'll still hold the line. This shows your child that limits aren't rejections, they're love in action. So remember, when we hold space for boundaries and for who they are, what we're really doing, and structure as well, is we are showing them that we love them enough to care for them. And we're doing this in a positive way, hopefully. Of course, there's always negative consequences as well, but for the most part, we're responding, not reacting. So practice this week. So before setting a boundary, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to control this moment or guide it. Guidance teaches it. Control shuts down. Holding invites growth. So, parenting from presence, not perfection. At the end of this series, here's what I hope you remember most. Your child doesn't need a perfect parent. We're gonna make mistakes. It's obvious. We're only human as well. But they need a present one. A parent who listens more than they lecture, who repairs when they mess up, who lets emotions breathe, who teaches love through example, not through roles. When you hold your child with this kind of love, a love that says, you can feel, you can fall, and I'll still be here. You're shaping the foundation of their emotional world. They'll carry that safety into every relationship they build. They'll know that love isn't earned, it's trusted. And that is a legacy of emotional safety. Over the past 8 episodes, we've explored what it means to create a safe, emotional home. One where your child feels seen, heard, and loved for who they are. Just like what we want. I think really in all these episodes, if we didn't have the kind of childhood that created a safe space for us, then we get to remember through these videos, this is what I'm trying to give to my child. And this was what will help them grow up to be an independent, hopefully working adult that has healthy boundaries and is in healthy relationships. So we've talked about presence, listening, shame repair, big emotions, and emotional literacy. But underneath it all, it's really all been about love. A love that doesn't fix, silence, or controls, but holds. And I think it was important to say that again, because this is something I think as parents, we just need to remember. So this week, take a few quiet moments to reflect and journal. What kind of emotional home do I want my child to remember? And what does love look like when it feels safe? As you move forward, remember every moment of attunement, every breath before reacting, every gentle repair, it all matters. It all counts. It all becomes the story your child tells themselves about love. You're not just raising a child. You're raising a human who knows that their emotions are not too much. Their voice matters, and love is a safe place to land. Really important again, because we're not just raising tiny humans, we're raising tiny humans to become big adults in this world who need to learn again healthy boundaries, emotional regulation, effective communication. And then one day, if they choose to have their own children themselves, they're going to be raising the next generation. And we don't want our children to have to break those generational traumas. We want to be the ones to help break them now. So here's the comment section. Comment anything on parenting, on this video, anything that has to do with love or controls, any wins or any hard parenting moments you may have. And if you're having a hard time knowing what to comment on, try commenting using the journal prompts for a comment question. And here are some journals I have created to go hand in hand with these videos for adults. And then there's a children's book and a children's workbook to also go hand in hand with these videos. And if you have stayed this long and this video has resonated with you, take a breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in. You're not alone on this journey, and you never have to do it all at once. If you're feeling like it, give this video a like so others can find it more easily. Share it with somebody that you feel may need it, and subscribe for new content of every day, of every week. Remember, tiny steps here, real talk, and honest healing. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video.